Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. My name is EpicCrossover, and this is PaulInTheMall as well. He'll be my co-commentator for this match.
Hello, hello. How are we all doing tonight? Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening.
Yeah.
At least Sunday evening for where I am.
Yes, and we'll have a matchup between the number 2 seed MudkipSR versus the number 31 seed RyMacG4. This will be the winners round 1 golf 18 holes tournament. This is a best of 3 between both of our runners. Mudkip with a 10.06 on leaderboard, second best out of the people who are participating in this event. Of course, behind the number 1 seed T-Hassie with like a 9.56, which absolutely surreal to say that we have a sub 10 participant in this game. But both runners are going into Wii Sports Resort now. They can get set up for the AME press on the golf screen, and then we will be doing restart timing. I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing that. We'll be 3 seconds added to the clock. So once both runners start on golf, we'll see RyMacG going a little bit more of a different approach. We'll be going for the sword play dual tactic. And both runners, once both runners are ready, they can let us know in the tournament chat, or if they are unable to access the tournament chat, they can just they can wiggle their Wii remote back and forth, their cursor or something like that. We'll think of some way to do that. But Paul, your thoughts on this match as we about to head into game 1? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of a loaded question if you look at the seeds, but for anyone who's a fan of college basketball, they know we're heading into March Madness right now, and upsets are a thing, and a number 31 upsetting a number 2 would be unprecedented, but it's not impossible to happen. So RyMacG would definitely have to pull out some magic here if he's going to win this, or Mudkip would have to make a heck of a lot of mistakes. But I'm not saying it's impossible to happen.
Also, shout out RyMacG's chat, by the way, as we are about to head into game number 1 of possible 3. I mean, RyMacG does have a 11:33 unrecorded PB, so actually 11:31. Sorry, correct me. Unrecorded PB. So if RyMacG has that level of gameplay and Mudkip has some missed shots here and there, we'll see what happens as we head into our first game. Mudkip is ready to go. I'll just like to hear a confirmation from RyMacG, and then we can be going into this first game. Awesome. Paul, you want to start it off with a countdown from 5, whatever you want?
For sure. We're going to do from 8.
Okay.
Alrighty, both runners in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right. Thank you so much. And we start off with game number 1 in just a few moments as we get on to the screen of when they begin. Okay, so RyMacG, a little bit more of a not so delay. Hopefully not too much of a delay, but as we're seeing right now,
he's playing hole 1, so he's not going for a hole 1 give up, which means we'll, I guess, probably see a hole 2 give up from him.
Hole 2, hole 4, hole 6. There's many of different ones that you can go for, but it's better to go for at least 1 give up than to not go at all. Don't do an empty cross. Don't try to play it all out with a bunch of A pins. But RyMacG having to do yeah, RyMacG having to do a very long putt, unfortunately was unable to make it. So it could be a little bit of a difficult road ahead for RyMacG, especially as Mudkip is the number 2 seed. It's going to be very interesting to see what both runners do in terms of strategy. RyMacG does go for a give up on hole 2. Will it hop over? It will not. Sometimes the wind in this hole is a little problematic to where it'll move the ball off of the water. So both runners will be going for give up on hole 2, which is to be expected. It is a fast give up, and it is better than trying to go for a par, because sometimes birdies are just not possible, or at least they're slower than doing the give up, or at least just it's better to not take the risk than to take the risk, for example.
Now, my question is, do you think we will be seeing a 1040x time or better from Mudkip this match?
I
It's
can
something
see.
that he's
I can
definitely
see a
capable.
sub 11. I don't think I can see a 4x though. I don't think I can. But if shots like that happen, and there's no replay, we never know. We never know what the scenario could be.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
Loves
in
the
that
putt.
case, probably not. I think Mudkip's still with a little bit of a lead, depending on that delay. I'm not sure. It was probably like 15 seconds or something like that. RyMacG playing hole 4. Both runners playing hole 4.
Got some guts.
This is very unusual for me to play because I don't play hole 4 and I play hole 2.
That tee shot landed pretty close for
Mudkip,
and that's our first replay of the match.
Speaking
right
of
there.
which, the replays are a big factor, especially when you compare OG Wii Sports to Wii Sports Resort. You can't skip those replays, so those are time losses that you just cannot predict as to what will happen. If you are just too close and you're not supposed to be, then game just says, "Oh, that's a cool shot. Let's give you a replay that you cannot skip at all." So
I think he got 0 wind on this hole. So
yeah, so that's definitely going to be a big factor. Replays and also what wind you get on certain holes, especially this hole for hole number 5. Mudkip taking the rough patch here, definitely slows down the ball a little bit, which is really good. I think that hit the hole for RyMacG shot.
yeah.
But it does not replay, as it was not close for a replay. Mudkip having the ball roll back a little bit. It's going to loosen some time. So RyMacG with a little bit of a lead, I am pretty sure. Mudkip missing that shot.
That's it.
So RyMacG, if he keeps this lead going, he's going to hit.
This is a definite lead for RyMacG here, even with
another
that
missed shot from Mudkip.
Is kind of falling apart there.
Definitely the nerves are getting to Mudkip here, especially with the first game of the winners tournament, winners side of it at least. This is a double elimination, so no matter the situation, if you win, you will go on to face, I believe it is Kiwi in the next round, and then if you lose, you face JM Bolts in the losers bracket. So still not an easy matchup, no matter what, for both of our runners, but you definitely want to be staying strong and hitting putts when you need them to, because Mudkip, unfortunately, has not been doing that. Another missed putt there from Mudkip. RyMacG barely maneuvering around the tree. So this is going to be really good for him. I think that's a little too far of a shot.
Overshot. Okay. It's a makeable putt.
Applied some backspin to where it landed in a comfortable position. That should go in. It should, and it does. Very nicely done for RyMacG. This is definitely what RyMacG needs to do right here, though. If he can land these putts, and then he can get some good shots to get closer to the green without having to get a replay, I think RyMacG can take a game or two. It is definitely possible. However, that's definitely not going to help with that being that far from the green. Mudkip needs to
gotta wonder how much pressure is on Mudkip coming into this game as the number 2 seed. I feel like he has an expectation to live up to. RyMacG can kind of just play more free and.
Yeah. RyMacG has everything to gain. Mudkip has everything to lose. Like this is two completely different competitors. I mean, RyMacG still is, despite the low seed, just because he didn't really have a PB per se, still could make a splash into this tournament.
For sure. You gotta wonder what his seed would have been if he would have had a submitted PB or even practiced a little more and got a better one.
Because he has an unrecorded PB.
Doesn't tell the full story.
Yeah, like 1131 is his unrecorded PB, and that would be like a 25 seed. Would be a little bit higher. However, still plenty of holes to go. As we head into the back 9, Mudkip
there was a
too far.
607 for RyMacG on his resort holes there.
Yeah, Mudkip, I mean, despite there was a little bit of delay on Mudkip's side, so it's a lot closer than what it is seeming to be right now. So as long as Mudkip can hit some shots here, which he is right now,
Good
Mudkip
putt.
is still in this. This is still anybody's game, despite the massive lead it seems. It's a lot closer than we envisioned. RyMacG just needs to land these putts here, though. RyMacG does. Having a little bit of a lead going to hole number 11. What are we seeing here from Mudkip? What does Mudkip need to do to try and catch up here?
He's got to clean up those mistakes. I'm just seeing so many missed putts, and it's very uncharacteristic of him. Like we were talking about, I definitely think it's nerves. I've seen him play a lot, and he's capable of getting these 10, 4x, 3x times on any given run. So
Yeah.
it's got to just be playing in a tournament setting like this that's causing these mistakes, because it's not typical of him.
Yeah, definitely the factor for sure. RyMacG not going for the island on hole 12. That's actually an interesting strategy.
And he's out of bounds. He hit a tree, and that's going to cost him a shot.
What's the wind? Oh, I think he misaligned it. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah, just a misalignment there. This is Mudkip's chance now. Mudkip with a really fast hole 11. Mudkip going for the island. Has the wind to go for it. Mudkip playing the strategy of going to the right. Not sure if it was.
That was a good second shot from him, though. On
yeah, a good shot though. A good shot from both runners.
That's it.
RyMacG gonna stick that in. This should be a straight putt for Mudkip, and it is. Mudkip basically inching closer and closer. Could be in the lead depending on that delay. We'll eventually see what happens here for hole number 13. RyMacG a little bit farther than he would like. Mudkip played it very well. RyMacG misses. And just like that, Mudkip is in the lead.
Lead is back in Mudkip's hands. Balled him back over a couple holes.
Ooh, that is unfortunate for RyMacG. Another missed putt there.
Solid shot.
What a momentum shift. Mudkip is
for
solidly
sure.
a couple shots ahead at this point, just with that delay.
Absolutely. Interesting shot here for Mudkip. Does hit the bunker, and then it squeezes out. I think if you're Mudkip, yeah, you do have to putt there. That's a really nicely done job there. Just
That was an
knowing
OG
what
strat like there, skipping it through the bunker.
yeah, knowing what to do in certain scenarios. RyMacG unfortunately having to go off of the edge here. It does have 21 back. This should be a good placement. Yeah, that was a pretty good job there for RyMacG. Definitely recovered that pretty well as we enter into hole 15. Mudkip doing the 10 dog strat, going to the water. Just deciding to rip it here. Does land on the green. Nicely done. Hit a little too hard though, so will require an extra shot from Mudkip, but that was still a...
RyMacG's in the bunker. Didn't hit it hard enough to get over that.
Mudkip aligned pretty fast to get that shot on. RyMacG, nice recovery though.
Solid shot.
We'll keep this game close. But Mudkip is sinking down shots pretty well and has been doing a lot of catching up. RyMacG going for it.
I don't like that. Another out of bounds from him. That's just not quite the alignment he needed with that wind. That's hard to sneak through those trees with a wind like that.
Yeah, decides to go for the actual strategy of going into the bunker. Mudkip having that lead now. Deciding to give up there. Definitely you would give up on that wind.
Yeah. We just have to give all these runners so much credit for everything they have to adjust to during a run of golf. You have your pin placements, you have your wind, you have whether or not to use backspin, you have the slopes on the green. I mean, there's just so much you have to adjust for. It makes for a very tough but entertaining run.
Yeah, and definitely one of the more critical ones, putts, for example.
Nice shot.
Also, RyMacG unfortunately having to did not club down far enough for putts, but now it's in a better,
really
more favorable
wacky
position.
Give up from RyMacG.
It's a very interesting give up.
Got a little flustered
As Mudkip goes into hole number 18, having a bunch of rough hits here, but this should be a sub 12. No matter what the circumstances are. Decides to quick shot it there. Not sure if that was the right strategy there.
That's it.
But Mudkip will still get the birdie chance here. Does red bar it, but it still
nice
goes in.
putt.
An 11-3x most likely from Mudkip. As RyMacG finishes up here. Still with a really good time around the 12-minute mark. But was not enough to put Mudkip away. We'll finish with like a 12-10, 12-11, somewhere around there. Looks like it's going to be a 12-13, 12-12, 12-13 from RyMacG. Nicely done. From
That was
both.
much more of a competitive race than I was expecting, honestly, for that
Yeah.
first round there. I thought that was all going to be Mudkip's the whole game.
That front
but
nine
there was
from
some back
Mudkip.
and forth.
Yeah, the front nine from Mudkip was definitely got off to a slow start, but definitely picked it up the pace in the later stages. Definitely with the hole 11. Yeah, hole 11 was a really good backup. They basically backed it up with a nice recovery hole there. Definitely needed that, and then played the rest of the back nine pretty well. Really nice hole 16 as well.
One win on the board for Mudkip here. He'll seek to put this one away with a second win. RyMacG needs to take the next game to stay alive and force a third game for this match. We'll see what happens here. Both runners heading back to golf, and we'll get set up for a second match.
Yeah, round. They will. They actually will go. So this is the same thing that we had in the Wii Sports OG tournament. They have to go back to the Wii menu just to prevent the chaining wins or some other factors here and there. Just for just predictions or something like that. But what did you see from RyMacG there? Because RyMacG did pretty good in that front nine, and then had a little bit of a hiccup at hole 12. A few other hiccups here and there. What do you need to see from RyMacG for game number 2?
I feel like once RyMacG gets on the green, he's pretty good. But I've just seen a couple questionable decisions as far as his tee shots and second shots, which just doesn't set him up for the best position. So we saw 2 out of bounds from him throughout that round, and a couple other flubbed shots. I think he just needs to maybe take a half a second longer and make a better decision on his drives to set him up for success.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to take some time to adjust and to try and plan out your shot, because it is speed golf. You are trying to be the fastest out of your competitor. So it's really just whatever you need to do to progress throughout this tournament and go more into the winner's bracket. You just gotta decide on a few factors. Like, do you, for example, go for it on a shot that could be risky but it could have a really high reward, or do you try to go for a safer approach, which is still not as much risk, but it still has like a medium reward here and there? It's definitely interesting to see what both runners will plan out for this whole thing.
Yeah, so very much looking forward to the second round. See how the players adjust it all. See if Mudkip calms down those nerves a little bit. Because, I mean, he really did have a shaky first half to that run.
The second half was really good for Mudkip, though. Mudkip definitely made it up there with spectacular shots here and there. So if RyMacG can have a good second half, who knows what the possibilities are. RyMacG definitely has a chance, and do not count RyMacG out, because this game 2 will definitely decide a lot of things. If both runners are ready, we can start off with game number 2 in just a moment. All right, awesome. Both runners are ready to go. We're going to start down from 5 this time. We're going to go in to round game 2 of possible 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And good luck to both of our runners. Starting off with game number 2 of possible 3. We'll see what the reset timing is. RyMacG tees off. Might give it a little bit more of a delay. on his side.
Mudkip forgot where the restart button was. Just sitting there. Come on, man. You're in a race.
Oh, there you go. So about 14, 15 seconds. So not too much of a delay, but still a little bit. So we'll try to plan accordingly between both of them. RyMacG with a pretty good shot. Getting it close to the hole. I mean, if RyMacG has a good green hits here, like, this is where RyMacG needs to make up time. Because if RyMacG has some good putts, then RyMacG can definitely put this really close. And as a matter of fact, could win with shots like these.
I think his putting is his strength from what I have seen. He's
from what I've seen so far, I absolutely agree as well.
And, you know, we talk about him as if he's a 31 seed, but we got to give the guy credit for having the record in the OG Wii Sports. Like, he's not a stranger to these games at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a beginner by any means.
For sure. Yeah, RyMacG definitely a fierce competitor, even if he goes into the winner's bracket or the loser's bracket very soon.
Tree.
Even though with the tree hit, I mean, RyMacG is a force to be reckoned with wherever he goes. And that the same is said for Mudkip. Mudkip is definitely a lot more feared than RyMacG, but who knows? Oh, tree hit number 2 for RyMacG, as some interesting shots have happened for RyMacG. I think the nerves are definitely trying to definitely are setting in now for RyMacG. We didn't really see it that much in the first game, but some close shots here and there, some tree hits, just trying to make sure your game is on point, but we'll see how that plays out for both of our runners as they go into hole number 4. Ooh, very close to the hole there.
Very
nicely done shot.
Hole 4 honestly scares me. Like, as a runner, I do not like playing hole 4.
Yeah.
The slopes on this green are just not nice to you.
Yeah, some runners definitely decide to go for give up on hole 4 instead. That's usually if they don't go for give up on hole 2. I would argue that both are still good options. I think playing one of them out is a little less scary. I think playing hole 4 might be a little less scary for some people, but it might be a different scenario for people who want to give up on hole 2, or possibly hole 6, depending on which ones they want to give up. But hole 3 and 5 are definitely the most critical ones here. You gotta make sure your shots are on point here. Oh, hitting off the pole, deciding to just rip it. That's something that I would do. But RyMacG's still gonna get that putt in later. Mudkip, does that go in? Yes, it does. A birdie shot, and unfortunately, another replay.
The putt was too good. It was too good for the game.
Too saucy. RyMacG gonna hit another tree hit here.
Solid shot.
Tree lives matter, by the way, RyMacG. Don't hit trees always. Okay, you missed it this time. Thank you. I think it's on the very close to the rough there for RyMacG. Just gonna rip it. Ooh, a little.
Great approach.
I think a full red bar was a little too much there. If he just went like above the bar, it would have been okay.
Oh, great putt. This hole is honestly just another one that's tough to play if you're not familiar with the hole. It's basically a giant downward slope once you get on the green. If you overhit in any capacity, your ball's just going to end up at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, 18 back win here for RyMacG. We haven't really talked too much about the win predictabilities. RyMacG in just one of the worst spots imaginable, unfortunately. How much does I think wind displays a huge factor, but is it the biggest factor is the question. I think the biggest factor is still the putts, because that's what you need to do at the very end of a hole, is you need to make sure you sink a putt. Because wind does have some effect. It affects where it goes. But the putts is what you need a lot more of, because the putts aren't affected by wind in this game. So it's going to be a lot of factors especially on the green.
Great
And
birdie.
you just need to sink your putts in order to have a successful 18-hole speed golf round.
I mean, yeah, I win at 1,000% matters. I feel like there's just so much execution you can improve on, though, that it's hard to blame anything entirely on the wind.
Yeah.
Especially in
there's-
like a no reset run like this. Like everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be making mistakes.
As we enter the back nine very soon, Mudkip with a very nicely done shot on the front nine. Very nicely done. RyMacG deciding to go to the right side here. Not sure if that was what RyMacG intended, but still can make it on to the bunker. That is definitely not hitting the green. Oh, never mind. Actually did pretty good of a shot.
Solid
Excuse
shot.
my bad commentating, but RyMacG with a really nicely done shot there, heading into the back nine, where RyMacG definitely needs to pick up the pace now, because if it's the opposite scenario, where RyMacG has a good back nine and Mudkip does not, then this could be very interesting.
I think we're sitting at roughly a 30-second lead from Mudkip right now, just on the delay and how that last hole went.
Yeah.
So something's gonna need to happen on RyMacG's end. He's gonna have to do something here.
Needs to put these putts close, but not for a replay. That looks pretty good. It is. That's exactly what RyMacG needs. We need to see some more replays from Mudkip. That is very close.
And
that is a
going.
replay. Like what I said. This is what RyMacG needs right here. If RyMacG can pull this off. I'm just going to stop talking.
Let the gameplay talk.
Let the gameplay talk at this point as we head into hole number 12. Let's see. Oh, going for the island here. Does successfully land it. RyMacG does not club down, but should be fine. That's going to be in the rough, though, I'm pretty sure. It's very close. Ooh, barely not. Still not in the best scenario. That could be too far. Ooh, actually not as far as I had envisioned. Especially with no front wind and no back wind. Just had some east wind, but unfortunately those putts very crucial in a game like this. You need to have those go down in order to succeed, especially when you play against a number 2 ranked seed.
That's it.
Because who knows how much time Mudkip can bring back by landing those shots. But a key miss there. RyMacG needs to get something close here. He needs to catch up some time at some point.
He could save a stroke if he sinks this very long putt. Not
Unfortunately,
happening.
misses the mark there.
Great shot.
Does sink that one though. Mudkip going into hole number 14. In the rough though, but not in the worst case scenario. Not behind a tree. It's gonna go for a driver here. I like the play.
Oh, he skips over the bunker. He's way out in the rough, I think.
Yeah.
Basically took the worst bounce it could have taken there.
Yep.
Nice on.
Does a quick shot here, though. I do like the play. Puts him close for a birdie chance.
Makeable putt for sure for RyMacG.
All right, RyMacG
Eagle
has to
could
go a
save
little
a
bit up to the
stroke,
left.
and I don't think he adjusted enough.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit more to the left, and that would have been good for Eagle. And Mudkip looking better and better by the time he moves around. Does not get the 10 dog there.
Yeah,
But
the time's closing in on RyMacG to do something. I don't know if he could pull it out at this point.
unless Mudkip has some catastrophe on hole 16 or 18. Could be both,
Mario
too.
meltdown.
Yeah, has to have
Birdie.
some kind of meltdown in order for any kind of comeback here. But that's
Solid shot.
exciting win for Mudkip.
Oh,
Oh my goodness!
barely clips the edge of the bunker. That was
The
calculated.
Darbian,
It was
not
calculated.
not too much in the juice department, was perfect in the juice department. and that's going to be an eagle. That might be the nail in the coffin for RyMacG, as RyMacG's chances. He might have to go to the losers bracket in this tournament. 20 wins south. That is just very unfortunate for RyMacG. A little bit of wind, unfortunate circumstance here, but Mudkip just played out of this world in the back nine. Back nine for Mudkip has been exceptional. And this could be just the deciding factor here as Mudkip goes into hole number 18. RyMacG going into hole 17 now. Mudkip going for that 11-2x, depending on the delay. Does have a bunch of south backwind here. Is unfortunate, but this still could go for it. I'm wondering if Mudkip will. Going for the curve. Plays it pretty well. So I think Mudkip will be going for like an 11-1x, 11-2x, something along those lines, depending on how this shot goes. Ooh, very nicely done. That is going to be... Actually, it could be 11-0x.
That's about 11:05 or so with the delay. Very, very good round from Mudkip. So we did not see a sub 12, unfortunately, but still very good performance there as RyMacG is finishing up his hole 18.
A lot better than I had envisioned. Ooh, that is very close. RyMacG finishing off strong with an 11:49. Yes, nicely
Closes out with
done
an
for
eagle.
RyMacG.
Very respectable time from him. Cannot complain with something like that.
Yeah, an 11:08 from Mudkip and 11:49 from RyMacG. GG's to both of our competitors. Mudkip will take this game 2-0. Commiserations to RyMacG. Played it exceptionally well done. And maybe we can get some post-game interviews from both of our runners. If they would
Unfortunately,
like to.
not surprised with the result, but RyMacG definitely put on a show and put up a fight.
Yeah,
especially that first round. That could have gone either way.
You definitely gotta keep an eye out for RyMacG in that losers bracket. We'll be facing off against I think JM Bolts, I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited to see what happens for both of our runners in the near future, as Mudkip will go on to face Kiwi in the winners bracket round 2. First off, Mudkip, I gotta say real quick, how the back nine in that second that first round actually was really good. It definitely were you nervous going into that first game with that front nine?
Oh yeah, you could tell. Like, I was feeling it myself. Like, I heard Paul say it on the broadcast that was a nervy round. It genuinely was. Like, I was missing putt after putt, and I'm like, don't let it go like this the whole way through. But I'm glad I was able to get a somewhat decent time in that first match. So
yeah. One more question for you. Run me through that hole 16. You just played it. How did that feel getting that shot?
Landing that shot, it felt great because I saw it on my wind tracker and I was looking at it and like, okay, if this is left pin, this can be like super good. So I lined it up and just hit it full and hope for the best. And when I saw the angle, I'm like, okay, I've done that much, and I just hoped it would not absolutely fly across the green, and thankfully it didn't.
Yeah, that you angled up pretty well, and you got what you wanted. So that was a really well thought out, well planned to the core, getting to the end with almost 8 sub 11 time. Hopefully we'll see something like that in the next round. So good luck to you against Kiwi in the winners round 2. We take it over to RyMacG. Commiserations once again. You played exceptionally well despite having to overcome the number 2 seed in this tournament. Let me know. Give me your thoughts on how you were feeling that second game, because you still played really well, getting a sub 12 time. But tell me what you need to do from this game that you need to improve upon. Once you go into the losers bracket, let me know what you think.
For sure. Congratulations, Mudkip. You are fantastic, and just
thank you.
When it comes to
this
game
as well, you played a very good game.
When it comes to this game, you're you and Hassie and Crystal, huge inspirations to me. And I'm just really honored that I could compete against you, and I'm happy that I put up a little bit of a fight. I think when it comes to this, I'm not experienced at all in resort, and not experienced at all with resort golf. But I felt like, for not having that much experience, I felt like putting together a sub 12 was a pretty good time. I think what I need to do is really focus on the back nine. I've been focusing so much on the front nine, and the back nine is just awful. It's just really bad. So that's where I had struggles in the first match and the second match. The second match was interesting. I definitely felt a lot more nerves, and I definitely felt a lot more nervous for the resort holes, so I struggled there. But I think as long as I clean up my back nine, and as long as I keep having a positive attitude, then I think I can make a pretty good run. Hopefully by the time this tournament's up, I'll be able to face you and be a worthy opponent.
Yeah. Congrats to both of our runners. Did an amazingly good job. I mean, for what you guys had to overcome, the nerves, the missed putts here and there, it still is Wii Sports Resort Golf at the end of the day. And we do have one winner. We do have one loser, unfortunately. But you guys can still make a great deep run into this tournament, especially with a bunch of amazing competitors throughout this tournament. And we'll see what happens with you guys in the near future. But congrats once again. That is going to do it. Unless Paul had any other final thoughts.
I just wanted to say thank you to all the runners in this event for taking a chance and entering something like this, especially if you haven't entered a tournament like this before. I've played in one before. There are nerves involved. You don't know exactly what to expect. So big props to everyone for just sticking their neck out there and trying something like this. It's awesome that we could get 32 people in a tournament. And big props to the organizers as well. This is no small feat to put something like this.
Shout out the organizers. Shout out the RESTREAMERs who have been putting on these streams for you guys. Shout out to all the runners, all the commentators, a bunch of people who made this whole tournament possible. So thank you guys once again. That's going to do it for us tonight. We have a match on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be between NSS Bird Lover 257, aka Vince, versus Cindy Fusick. And that is going to be a winners round 2 matchup. I am very excited to see what happens for that match. That is going to be a thriller, and we're going to be we'll show you guys what happens with that match very soon. It'll be Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to find out time zones, make sure you join the Discord, or if you're already in, just feel free to check the tournament announcements stuff. We have plenty of matches to come. We have mostly all the round 1 matches done and over with. We have still a few other ones as well. We have Emoad Nomad, number 8 seed, against 25 Sawadu, which is going to be at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So that's still plenty of matches here to come. We have a bunch of losers matches where if you lose, unfortunately you're eliminated. And we have the cream of the crop into winners bracket. So plenty more to come. So thank you guys so much. For me, Dqwavious, PaulInTheMall, and both of our runners, I'm EpicCrossover. Take care, everybody, and see you all next time.